What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Over Top Rope podcast. I said it wrong. Over the Top Rope podcast. There you go. Over the Top Rope podcast with your podcaster C2K Chorus to kill the legend of Bad Girl Wrestling. It is October 25th, 2025. Lord have mercy. Why did I almost said 19 something? Jesus Christ. And the time it is 12:33 in the afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. We are here in another episode of Over the Top of Podcast. With it okay, Chorus to kill. All right. There's a topic that I really been trying to talk about. I saw this video many times, this topic many times in different backyard wrestling groups, also different wrestling groups in Facebook, where people are talking about uh, Monet, aka Sasha Banks. They're talking about Monet. I call her Monet. Well, you guys know who I'm talking about, Sasha Banks, former WWE uh, superstar, now known as Monet. So they've been talking about that about this girl because right now she broke the record, a record that no, I forgot the name of the wrestler. I think he was Dragon something. Anyway, he was a wrestler that was known for having 10 belts from different, different promotions and different wrestling companies. And so Monet is doing the same thing. Right now, she broke the record as she's holding right now 11 championships from different companies and different, wrestling companies that she is wrestling. And, this right here gives her the a pass to wrestle in any wrestling company that she wants to wrestle and go ahead and and challenge the champ, the women's champion of that promotion, and she will put a title on the line. She will defend a title on the line to go against whoever's the women's champion of this different wrestling promotion, and she wins. She collects another title. So she's known as the first female to have 11 championships, hold 11 no yeah 11 championships right now, and breaking the record of Dragon. And yeah, a lot of people have been talking bad about her. And here's what I'm going to say. One thing is I don't talk bad about talent unless if the talent pisses me off and the talent do something to me, then I have to defend myself. That's a different story. But I don't talk about talent. I don't talk bad about a talent. I don't go in social media and say, oh, this person is bad. Da, 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 da. I did before, but that's what I did it before. I was in the I promotion, but now can I do it in the I promotion? That's what the I promotion. That's what we do. We took care of situations. Anyway, so but hold on. Before I go to the topic, we're celebrating right now. We are this one of the podcasts that right now for the first time are in the Hall of Fame. We are in the C2K Entertainment Hall of Fame. Not only in the C2K Entertainment Hall of Fame, we are in the iPromotion Hall of Fame and C2K Wrestling Promotion Hall of Fame. So we are three-time Hall of Famers. That's a little, Lord have mercy. Over the top rope is for the first time a three-time Hall of Famer. So we are celebrating that we are three-time Hall of Fame in different hall things where it's set up also into C2K Entertainment, sorry, C2K Entertainment, the art promotions, and C2K Wrestling promotions. So yeah, we are three-time Hall of Fame, and also in which is that's gonna be the award just happened in the HIPW awards, 2025 awards, where um, over the top rope is the podcast of the year. The podcast of the year of 2025. Also, I am once again podcaster of the year by HIPW. In the awards where it makes me the podcaster of the year for second time. Um, I'm in a tie. I'm in a tie with three with my podcast is in a tie with Self-Taught Podcast in HIPW award. Self-Taught Podcast is um for a second time is the podcast of the year. And yeah, once again, it makes me the podcaster of the year two times. So I'm three times podcaster of the year. So we are celebrating this, and I want to thank everybody on C2K Entertainment, C2K Wrestling Promotion, I Promotion for this award. I really went against very strong podcasters and very known podcasters, and you know, to be three-time podcaster of the year, uh, and to have two of my podcasts to become podcasters of the year, podcast of the year, and outstanding podcast of the year. And to be in a Hall of Fame. So this makes me six-time Hall of Fame, Hall of Famer of the year 2025. I was nine-time Hall of Famer in 2024. And wow, thank you guys. I really appreciate you guys for the votes and everything. Being in this different podcast to entertain you guys because this is what I do. I entertain you guys and we talk about different stuff. But right here in Over the Top, we talk about wrestling. And let's go back to the topic of Monet, aka Sasha Band, CEO, CEO. And a lot of people, and I want to say, I didn't hear yet wrestlers talking about her. Basically, just some podcasters and some fans criticizing her and saying that, oh, those titles are not, have no meaning and yada, yada, yada. Let me tell you something. I want to tell you the real truth. And I looked it up in Google. I looked it up. This right here, and I'm gonna say right now, it was not the idea of Monet, CEO, aka Sasha Banks. It was not her idea to have these titles. The idea came from her winning a title where different promotions, different wrestling promotions came together. We're talking about owners of, these promotions, promoters, board of directors, uh, writers, management. They all came together and did a meeting, and they all came with this idea that to push Monet, CEO, aka Sasha Banks, to push her to become the first female to have all these titles and breaking the record of right now holding 11 championships. That's not what's her idea. I don't understand why everybody is gunning at her where it was not her idea at the first place. She's a worker. That's all she is. A worker. Let me tell you something. When you are in the indie pro wrestling scene, when you are in WWE, AEW, NXT, TNA, Ring of Honor, you are a worker. That's all you are. It's a worker. And you are doing what the promoters are telling you to do, what the owners are telling you to do. And when they come with the idea and they see that, wow, Monet is doing a great job, and she won a championship. Hey, you know what? How about this? Let's all get together and let's all come up with this idea that we're gonna give her a push, and she's gonna be holding all the titles, and she's going to be wrestling in NXT. She's going to be wrestling in Ring of Honor and this and that, and she's going to be wrestling in AEW. And I think this is a good idea. Let's push it. But of course, it comes some fans that I don't understand why. I think they watch wrestling to criticize it. I think that's what they're doing because I love wrestling. Let me tell you something. I've been watching wrestling, and I thanks to my grandfather. You guys know my story, C2K Chorus to Kill, and how the story started with, you know, inspiration of the grandfather. The grandfather, introduced C2K to back in 1985 when Hulk Hogan was defending his title against Roddy Piper. That was C2K's first match that he saw in WWF, now known as WWE. So I was introduced to wrestling because my grandfather, like I said before, and the story said that he was a dedicated wrestling fan. His great and favorite, superstars were uh, Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, and the Ultimate Warrior. So my grandfather introduced me way back in 1985, or I think, or 1988. Hold on. Yes, I think yes, it was 1988. Yeah, okay. Yeah, 1988. It was in February 1988 when Hulk Hogan was defending his title against Roddy Piper and he won. That was the first time that my grandfather, it was in 1988, not 1985. I have to get my story straight. 1988 was when my grandfather introduced me to wrestling. So I've been watching WWE since 1988. Since 1988. And that's what, 30, I want to say, hmm, probably 36 years, something like that. I'm just going to guess. I've been watching wrestling, for 36 years. I'm going to say it that way. 36 years, whatever. I'm 42. So, anyway, as a fan, that I learned from my grandfather is to watch wrestling, keep your mouth closed, and enjoy the show. That's what I learned from my grandfather. You watch the show, keep your mouth shut, cheer for your favorite wrestler, and enjoy the show. That's what I learned. I watch the wrestling. I don't criticize it. I watch it and I enjoy it. I cheer for my favorite wrestlers, and that's it. I don't criticize. I don't. Why? Why should I criticize something that I've been doing for 34 years? Why should I? Think about it. Why should I? I love wrestling. I did back at wrestling for almost 34 years. So think about that. Why should I criticize it? Why? I don't criticize it. I will not criticize a talent. Now everybody is gunning on Monet. Oh, Monet this and Monet that. If you don't like watching wrestling, then don't watch it at all. You don't like it, don't watch it. Change the channel. Change the channel. That's all you need to do. Change the channel. You don't like wrestling? Change the channel. Watch something else. Watch some Barbie or something. That's it. Because everybody gunning on her. That's not her. That's not her fault. She didn't get. She didn't. She did not came and say, "Oh, I have an idea." Okay, now here's the thing. Yes, a lot of wrestlers come with ideas to the management, and management will say, we'll think about that. You know what? How about how about we do this? How about we do this? We put a pin on that idea. Let's do something different. They are the ones that make the decision. We don't. It's like Triple H said when even though it was a good storyline where The Rock, one of the he is one of the members of the board of directors on WWE, and he made this wonderful storyline with the Bloodline, Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins. You know, went all the way to WrestleMania where Cody Rhodes became the new champion. Undertaker was there. John Cena was there. Jimmy Uso was there. Seth Rollins was there. And I guess when they was kind of pushing, there was kind of pushing of um, a match against um, the two cousins, Roman Reigns versus The Rock at WrestleMania for the for the undisputed championship. So didn't happen. So Triple H, in this wonderful storyline that they did, he went and he said, "Hey, the decisions doesn't come from The Rock. You looking at it, which means I'm the owner. I'm Triple H. I'm the owner of the company. The decisions comes from me. So I'm going to put Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns for the undisputed championship in WrestleMania. Decisions come from the owners of the promotion, just like in backyard wrestling. For example, let's say that I'm doing this 2026 farewell tour where, if God permits it and give me the chance, I will be traveling. I will be traveling to TVW, Lafayette, Tennessee, Tennessee Backyard Wrestling. I will be traveling to Racine, Wisconsin, at different wrestling, backyard wrestling companies like FPW, I think it's FPWE, RCEW, um, Nonstop Backyard Wrestling, Nonstop Action Backyard Wrestling, BTCW, the RWF. Then in Appleton, I would be in WCE, Wrestling Championship Entertainment. I will be wrestling right here in Dunker, New York, in WNCW, RWE in Rochester, New York, HIPW in Rochester, New York. So let's say that I'm going to be traveling in this different backyard wrestling companies. Now, even though I'm owner of two backyard wrestling companies that I do own, one of them I do own with my partner, Dark Angel, which is HIPW, which is going to be in Rochester, New York. And I do own WNCW with other owners that are my co-workers, that we all started this wrestling called WNCW. And when I go to these backyard wrestling companies, I might come with ideas, but the owners of this backyard wrestling fest are the ones that make the call, are the ones that make the decision. Either breaking baby, either they want me to lose, or they want me to win, or they want me to go for a championship or not. Those are those their decisions. So now let's say, for example, if I go in this, even though yes it's mine, everybody's letting me to make my decisions. Everybody, the eye promotions, they letting me to wrestle who I want to wrestle with, what kind of championship I want to go for. Like this is their decision. They made the decision, not me. I'm just a backyard wrestler. Even though yes, I do own two backyard wrestling fans, but still, even though yes, they letting me pick who I want to wrestle with, they letting me create my own storylines. But the decision came from them. Decision did not came from me. It came from them, where they told me, "Listen, we're going to let you keep this title into April. You will hold this title that you have, the BYW 2.0 All Out YouTube World Championship. We're giving you 6 months to rest because we know your condition. We're letting you retire. We're letting you to do this legendary farewell tour in 2026, where you are going to be the one that's going to, write your own storylines, where you're going to be the one that you are going to, choose whoever you want to wrestle, yada, yada. Decision come from management. Decision come from the board of directors. Decisions come from the owners of every backyard wrestling fest. And who knows? I might be in CBW, Carolina Backyard Wrestling. Who knows? That might be another place that I'm going to travel. Who knows? But still, I know if I do go to CBW, the owner of CBW is going to be the one is going to tell me, I want you to go for the championship. You might lose it, or you're going to lose it, or you're going to win. You're not going to win. This and that. They are the ones that make the decision. Not me. I'm just a backyard wrestler. Yes, in my two companies that I do have, I make the decisions. Yes. But as a fan, that I am of WC, as a fan that I am from TBW, RCEW, and all this backyard wrestling feds, I don't criticize. I enjoy the show. Even though I know all these people, I know my friends, but I still won't criticize. Why? Because going way back in 1988, when my grandfather introduced me to wrestling at a very young age, I became a fan of wrestling in 1988. When my first match that I saw was Hulk Hogan against Roddy Piper. Rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. Rest in peace, Roddy Piper. And I learned from my grandparents, enjoy the show, zip your mouth, cheer for your favorite wrestlers, and don't criticize. I learned that. And I'm keeping it that way. Yes, I know that fans could be the most criticized judge. I learned that too. But you cannot really get mad at Monet because this is not what's not her idea. Okay, All right. There was a video. I don't know what year was this, but she's in the AEW. She was talking to I forgot her name. Oh my god. Monet, aka Sasha Banks, was having it was live talking to Bailey. She was talking to Bailey, where Bailey says they want us to be tag team champions one more time. She said they want us, which means Bailey and Sasha Banks to become WWE tag team champs one more time. Once again, when they say they're not saying Bailey never said, "Oh, I want us to become tag team champions." No, no, no. She said they. And when she's talking about she's talking about management and writers and bookers and promoters and owners of WWE, where the idea is out there of putting Sasha Banks and Bailey as the women's tag team champions, which they were the first women's tag team champions in WWE. See, decision is coming from the board of directors. Decision is coming from the owners, CEOs, uh, promoters, and writers and bookers. A group of people that sit down in a meeting and talk about this wonderful idea. Maybe one day having Sasha Banks returning to WWE, reunite with Bailey, sorry, becoming one more time the women's tag team champion. You see, the idea is not coming from them. That's the point that I'm trying to make. The idea is not coming from them. It's coming from the owners, right? Like right now, like I told you, the art promotions and C2K Resident Promotions are letting me hold the title into our return to the ring into April. I'm scared to lose it. Breaking Kafiri. I'm scared to lose it in my first defense. Not gonna tell you how it's gonna be. I'm not gonna spoil that. I already spoiled you enough. I already spoiled you enough. But even anything can happen in this podcast anyway. But they letting me because the decision is coming from them. Remember when the first time I got hurt, I was hurt with my right knee effusion, where I was forced to when I was YouTube champion before I was YouTube world champion. I was YouTube champion by that time, and I was scheduled with a match with Britt Taker, and it couldn't happen um because of my right knee effusion. I was forced. The decision came from the I promotion, 6K Wrestling Promotion. It came from them when I had to force my title. I had to first force myself to strip myself from the title. I had to. Now, when I came back to Reno and I won the total, the DYW 2.0 All Out U2 World Heavyweight Champion, and I came with this, I got this, health problems that I got, and where they gave me 6 months, and instead of just they said, you know what, we'll let you hold it for this 6 months. We'll let you hold it. You already have 3 months already with this title, so we're gonna, Alex, 6 more months. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 months, almost close to a year. Um, we're gonna have you. We're gonna let you have this title for 9 months. And this 6 months of that you're gonna be rested, and on April you're gonna lose it because you're gonna have more title, more chap. How you say this? More titles opportunity in HRPW, RWE, all the companies that you're gonna be at. Decision come from them. The decision cannot from me. Decision cannot from me. Yes, even though I want to say this. Yes, I am part of management in RCEW. I'm part of management of FPWE. I am one of the owners of um, Nonstop Action Backyard Wrestling. Um, one of the owners of HIPW. I'm the one of the owners of WNCW, and I'm part of management on different backyard wrestling companies. So yeah, I can say some decisions came from me, but not here, not here, not not when it comes part of my retirement. I didn't make the decisions. I let them make the decision, even though I'm part of management of different companies, and I am I am the owner of C2K Wrestling Promotion. I am one of the owners of the I Promotions, and I am part of the board of directors and management of. But I let them came with the idea. I When it comes to all decisions, I don't have nothing to do with the decisions because I don't want to be like, okay, this is my favorite tour, and I'm going to make a decision. No, 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 no. I'm not like that. I told them, listen, yes, this is mine, but you guys are going to be the ones to make the decisions, not me. I'm going to do this fair and square. I'm going to do this very fair, which I'm letting this backyard wrestling companies that are going to be part of my February 2026. They're going to be the ones making the decisions to say, okay, you're going to lose, you're going to win. Breaking count favorite once again, but this is backyard wrestling. Yada yada. So I can't get mad at Monet. I support that girl. I support every backyard wrestler, and I support every indie pro wrestler, and I support any pro wrestlers out there. I support them because I do the same thing. I wrestle. I understand it's backyard wrestling, but still. And yeah, but anyway, guys, this was the episode of Over the Top Row podcast with your podcaster, C2K Chorus to Kill. And I will see you into the next episode of the Over the Top Row podcast with C2K Chorus to Kill. Have a blessed day and God bless you.